facing the North Bay, the largest bay in China to the south. Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region is located in South China. The West River system runs from west to east, covering more than 80% of the land area of the entire region. Our journey to Guangxi begins from the Li River. Burst into a secret landscape. Read and learn about a city's past and present. Fly to Longji Terraces. Take part in a lively festival. Fly over the summit of South China. Overlook the meeting of mountains and sea of clouds. East or west, the landscape of Guilin is best. A poem of the ancient has been attracting endless streams of visitors. It has become a must of one's visit to go to the Li River to admire the landscape all over the year, throughout the day, with the constant changes of the light, wind, clouds, and rain. Everyone sees a different scenery of the Li River. Overlooking from the air, one finds an even more unpredictably changeable scenery. That is to say, an endless swirling landscape is placed between the mountains and rivers. In fact, when visiting the Li River, the most important thing is not to completely see the views or clearly count the rolling hills here. The key point is whether you can enter this picturesque landscape or not in the mists and rain. The Li River is influenced by the warm, humid air in the southwest in April. In the sunshine, the view of misty and rainy Li River gradually appears. Such amazing scenery is reserved merely for the prepared. Only those who get out early can happen to come across the perfect viewing moment. Even a hasty journey becomes slow-paced here, as the water of the Yilong River is able to slow everything down. People are just rafting in a painting. It doesn't matter how fast they drift, let alone the destinations. The beauty of the process is the secret of Yilong River rafting. In the scroll of landscape painting, people go with the flow of the river and get the best perspective every moment. More than 20 overflow dams across the river make the best episodes during floating on the calm river, as the small falls do not cause any danger but excitement. Since people are pursuing an artistic conception, it is unnecessary to care about the difference between daytime and evening. The Li River in the twilight composes a poem that people are looking for from a distance. The fishing lights on the river in Yangshu flicker a special charm. The old fishermen in bamboo hats and palm bark rain capes perform the classical night fishing method for visitors. Although there are routines and patterns in the performance, every gesture and movement of the fishermen are attractive with rich feelings. Visitor recognition is the greatest affirmation. As for which is more, the photos taken or the fish caught, no one actually cares. In the landscape, even the working scene has become the most beautiful performance. The mountains are illuminated as a background in the distance, and the water area with a 2-kilometer radius becomes the stage, where boats are being pulled, nets cast, and drunk people are singing antiphonally. The whole performance involves more than 600 actors and actresses, many of whom are local villagers. They're just repeating their most familiar activities, but a stunning performance is composed. The landscape of Guilin is right in the city proper. Living in Guilin and surrounded by mountains and rivers, people enjoy great scenery everywhere. Both today and in ancient times, the hill stands and stood in the center of the city. And people from far or near can see the pavilions on top of it. The buildings at the foot of the hill were once the examination compound, where the imperial examination were held. Building the examination site in such a place where the entire city could see at any time fully shows the ancient people's yearning for fame. Today, interestingly, the exam has become a tourist program. Tourists are quite interested in taking the exam and see if they can pass it. Although mountains and rivers occupy most of the land, people with wisdom still find suitable places for farming. There is some distance to travel there, then simply take a small boat. With these faithful fellows' eagerness to working, a bumper harvest is indeed in sight. Where the farmlands are, the homes are. In Longji rice terraces area, the Yao people set up their homes on the mountainsides. The artistic conception of Guilin's landscape is relatively subtle, but the red Yao people here express their feelings about life with the most unrestrained red colors. On the close sunning festival, the 6th day of the 6th lunar month every year, every family takes their clothes out to air to get rid of the moisture. This collective activity flourishes their continuously impassioned life while keeping their clothes bright red. The mission of the artistic conception of Guilin landscape has a lot to do with this mountain. Maor Mountain is located on the east of Yunnan Guizhou Plateau, where the abundant moisture carried by the monsoon is retained by the mountains before it reaches the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau. The moisture that does not climb the plateau then acquires another fate. It enters the swamp in a form of rain, nourishing the trees, and becomes streams that slowly converge and flow down the river. quietly becoming the intoxicating Li River with mists and rain. Next, we'll go enjoy the Lingnan scenery, taste the sweet flavor that's been lasting for thousands of years, watch the bright lights in the fields, and finally go on a wonderful transformation trip together.